The Sandbox video podcast is brought to you by smartShift, the global leader in intelligent automation for SAP transformations.
Hello, and welcome to the Sandbox video podcast. I'm your host, Joyce Kulhawick, and today I'm joined by Kevin Campbell, the CEO of Syniti, as he prepares for Sapphire, SAP's largest conference. Kevin, welcome. I know Syniti is headquartered in Boston, but where are you today?
Joyce, thanks for having me. Today I am in Atlanta, Georgia, which is where I live. I've spent a lot of my life in Boston, so that's fine. But I love Atlanta. I got tired of shoveling, so I'm in Atlanta. Atlanta's a great city.
Yeah, busiest airport in the world. I've only spent time changing planes there, but dynamic city.
It is, and it's a city where almost nobody's from here, right? I guess there are some people I've met that grew up here, but most people move here. So it's a friendly city. People have come from all over the world, and so it's a real melting pot of the South. And we're fortunate to have everything. We have all the sports teams, plus we have everything in the arts that you can need, plus great universities. The two-time national champion Georgia Bulldogs, are all not far away.
And we also have you talking to us today about Syniti. So let's just jump right in. Tell me a little bit about just the history of Syniti.
So Syniti is the rebranded name for a company that was Back Office Associates. So Back Office Associates has been around for over 15 years. We like to say we're in our third chapter, right? So we had some founders who started the company along with some loyal employees, some that are still with us. And they really thought the area of migration and automation of that space was an area that they could make a difference. And again, in the SAP ecosystem has almost been the primary focus. And so that got passed on. They got bought out by Goldman Sachs. That ended up moving on, and they hired a professional CEO who ran the company for 7 years. And then I joined about 5 years ago and became CEO 4 years ago. In my first board meeting, I love to tell the story. I knew many of the board members, and one of my longtime clients was a board member. And he said, "Kevin, you guys all hate the name. Why don't you change the name?" And we didn't like Back Office Associates, not because it wasn't a good traditional name and stuff, but we got tired of answering, were we an accounting firm? And the answer is no, we're not an accounting firm, right? We're data migration. And also Back Office Associates, when you're trying to get the younger generation, be a hip, cool technology company, it's not a great name. So that's where we went to Syniti, and it was before a Sapphire. 12 weeks it took us, was all we used to ended up naming it Syniti. Like most words are taken, so it's a made up word. So it's synergy and infinity.
I love that.
The synergy between data and business gives you infinite potential.
Yeah, very, very creative. And I think it's probably a metaphor for what you do there at Syniti. Talk to me a little bit about your history with smartShift. How are you working together, both organizations successfully managing the digital transformations that need to happen, especially those migrating to SAP's S/4HANA? Tell me about that.
So, early in my tenure as CEO, I was introduced to Derek Oates, the CEO of smartShift. And I hit it off with Derek right away, not only because we have the same haircut, but because of the fact that, we have similar philosophies about how to build and run a company, but also our companies were very synergistic. When you're looking to move from one platform to another or upgrade your platform, so I'm going from ECC to S4, two of the biggest areas that, kind of are problematic or a challenge for companies are data and legacy modifications. Mm-hmm. And so, we said, hey, if we marketed and promoted and did work together, we could say to clients, hey, we've got two of your biggest obstacles. We've got solutions for them. And that's how we got together. And, we've done events together. We've had marketing events and webinars. I talk to Derek probably every, 4 to 6 weeks. if not more frequently, based on what's going on. So the companies philosophically are aligned. They're both, fast growing companies in the SAP ecosystem. And we have similar philosophies about how to treat our clients and how to treat our people.
And you mentioned big events, and I know that you have a big event on the horizon, and this is Sapphire. So tell me about Sapphire. Is this a very serious conference that ponders and analyzes problems and solutions about data migration, or is this a party?
Well, it's a little bit of both. Yeah. Mostly, it's especially if you're the CFO at one of the companies that's coming, right? You want to make sure you're going to get a great event out of it. It's really a chance to talk about what the problems you have, talk to people like smartShift and Syniti who are solving those problems, and network with a lot of other clients. So like this year in Orlando, we'll be in booth 406 in Orlando, and we've also got customer sessions with J&J and Northrop Grumman that are there. But we'll also be in Barcelona, which is in May 24th or 25th, which is not the big Sapphire, but is an important Sapphire, especially for the EMEA audience.
So, Kevin, what might attendees actually see at this year's event?
Attendees at the event this year would get to see the Syniti Knowledge Platform, so our platform together, and they'd get to see it demonstrated live for them. And we can show them how the migration process works, how we ensure data quality, both upfront and ongoing, how we replicate data to SAP databases, to data warehouses, how also we, govern data, right? And at the same time, we're also going to be demonstrating our match for some customer supplier issues that we have there. So they can see live demonstrations of how the product works and be walked through those by our team. They can also talk to experts about their problems, right, or their challenges, and brainstorm about how they could do stuff and different ways that other clients have solved these problems. And of course, there's always the networking with other clients.
So do you have any plans for a collaboration with smartShift at Sapphire?
We do. We're hosting two great receptions with smartShift, one in Sapphire Orlando at Miller's Ale House near the Convention Center, May 16th from 6 to 10. And we'll have food, drinks, music, dancing, games, and a photo booth. Photo booth, right? And then in Barcelona, we'll have our joint event on May 23rd at Casa Bona Rooftop Bar, which should be a great time there. And actually, both events, we've done this before. They're always great events filled with lots of clients, partners, prospects, and of course, a lot of SAP employees and partners of ours.
This is so fantastic. I want to go. This is, solving real life problems with a little food, cocktails, music, dancing. You must be really looking forward to it.
I am counting down the days till we get there. I love the conversations. You end up exhausted by the time you're done, but the conversations are energizing, exciting. And for us, it usually gives us and smartShift a whole bunch of opportunities that we can work on. Ones we can advance by getting everybody face to face, and new ones that come up as part of the discussions.
Now, Kevin, it's really sounds fantastic, and it's lovely to speak with you today. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm just going to tell everybody to be sure to make plans to spend time with Kevin and Syniti in Orlando at the Orange County Convention Center, May 16 and 17. Thank you so much.
Joyce, thanks for having us on, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody in Orlando or Barcelona, and look forward to talking to you. Thanks, Joyce.
Thank you.
The Sandbox video podcast was brought to you by smartShift, the global leader in intelligent automation for SAP transformations.